14 months.
That's true. I mean, it should be called the 6 hour top, really, because I think you can. How fast can you do one?
mm, in one sitting, or like just adding up all the hours together? I would
Yeah,
say maybe
like,
like,
I mean, if you wanted to do one in one sitting, do you think you could?
I don't think I could because I think I'm kind of a slow crocheter, and then I use really fine yarns, like fingering weight almost.
Uh huh.
But I feel like with a DK weight, I could probably do it in like 8 hours, maybe, but
Okay.
not in one sitting. What do you think?
Well, that sounds about right, I would say. 8 hours, 10 hours, depending.
Yeah. One of our testers, I don't remember who, actually said that they did it in 6 hours, but that's like superhuman to me.
I would say they probably were one of the smaller sizes or a very fast crocheter.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
like we're so late.
it's a quick project. Brittany, I'm just a regular crocheter. Stop.
Do you know Brittany?
No, she said, "Oh my God, Betty McNitt, I've entered the life of a celebrity." Far, far from it. Um,
You are like a celebrity.
uh, yeah.
Sure.
um, Whatever. I don't feel like one, but yeah, I just followed Betty. How do I follow Jacqueline? She's Jack of Yarns. JACQ of Yarns. So, yeah, we did a collab. We did this 6 day, we're calling it the 6 day halter top. It actually has the signature, the 6 day stitches, but, of, that are kind of my signature. And then it has Jacqueline's signature. Her version has her signature little crochet square with the five petal flower. That is hard to say. Um, Five. Tried to say flive.
I
Flive
don't think I've
petal.
ever said it out loud before, actually.
Oh wow.
I've never practiced that before naming it. Right now.
Oh yeah, I'm on YouTube also, but I'm working on something else. So, um, yeah, because I don't have any halters to work on right now.
Oh, okay. What are you working on?
I'm working on the 6 day great granddaddy blanket.
Nice. I like those colors.
Thank you. It's the yarn that I'm using for this is called Karen Skinny Cakes,
Uh,
and I sorry Yarn Inspirations. I regret choosing it for this project because unlike the star blanket and the 6 day kid blanket, I don't think that mid-row color changes look good on the 6 day um, great granddaddy blanket or the granny square. So I'm having to cut and control the colors, which isn't fun for me. So,
mm.
but what are you doing and what yarn do you have going there?
Um, this is a bunch of random stuff. I I have so much yarn. Like you were talking about how you were saving all of your yarn for art crochet along. It's like that's not a problem.
I mean, I have one ball of precious Noro for it, so
Yeah, and yeah, so you're gonna make exactly one ball.
yes, I'm going to do a one ball Noro version for our crochet along with
Okay.
the Noro Natsumeki, and I'm going to do the flower when we
Ooh.
do that. Whenever it is we do that.
Yeah. But so this I got at I got this at the LA Yarn Crawl last year. I think it's like apple fibers or something like that.
Ooh, that's very pretty.
Yeah, I love this green color. I was gonna make a sweater with it, and then I never did. And then I I don't know what this is. It's from Knit Picks though, and then I also don't remember why I bought this, but I have it. And then these ones are. I'm a really bad salesperson, but they're cotton. I honestly don't remember the name of this one either, but it's like a mercerized cotton.
Well, wow. I think you're really brave and creative to like mix different brands and types of yarn. I feel like I really hold myself back because I don't do that. And I don't normally use a lot of like hand dyed or indie dyed yarn, but I'm trying to do more with that. I was a lot of my designs use like the big box store yarns, and I'm trying to do more with other types of yarns and do more projects that are, conducive to using indie dyers and hand dyed yarn and different things.
Yeah.
So
I mean, do you feel like, because to me, I think like any pattern you could use an indie yarn for, just as you could use like a big box brand.
well, I think that some of the hand dyed yarns they do not show well in my stitches. Um,
Mm.
so that is one thing that holds me back is some of the hand painted it just gets lost in the 6 day clusters and the stripes. Um, so I don't know, but I'm trying some different things like um, I think I showed you this last time we were on like
Yeah.
this is a tranquility stripe scarf that I made with a hand dyed yarn from Toad Hollow. And it's just a new I'm trying to show it on YouTube too. It's just a new project that I'm, you know, playing with this idea. This is really squishy and like boingy, stretchy. But I mean, the design itself has some problems, so it's gonna all get torn out and redone.
Oh no, that's so much.
It's the whole thing. I think all the way back to the beginning. Because I don't when I do scarves or when I use those kinds of yarns, it's like I want to I want to have like a way to maximize the yarn so that you use it all, and instead of doing like something like uh do this stitch pattern for this many rows and then switch to this pattern, I like to say like do this stitch pattern and use up half of your yarn and then do the rest with the other half, and then that way you use up all the yarn. It maximizes the yarn and you don't have to worry that you're going to run out. um I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just like a weird thing I do.
That's an interesting way to approach it because I think about it the opposite way, like that. I guess because of like different sizes, like you can never know, you can never predict when you're gonna run out. Like there's always gonna be more yarn. So I feel like I try to design patterns so it's like you can use up whatever you have left, or you can kind of improvise and like play with whatever you have it on hand to make it work.
Well, this is why I like designing with you, because we have good ideas and different approaches, and then that it makes me think.
Yeah.
But I have um I like I have only a few patterns that are not 6 day, made with the 6 day stitches. And it was before I designed the star blanket pattern, and then everybody wanted to make that. Um, but yeah, there's one I have. It's called Metro North, the Metro North traveling scarf. It's that's where I started doing that, where it's like you do have it's a scarf that goes like this. It starts at the point, it goes like this, and then you keep going until you use up half of your yarn. And then when you hit the halfway point, then you start decreasing on one side and it makes a triangle. And then you have enough to go around the edge. Um, so I don't know, I like my patterns to do something like that. So I could just be like, you need two skeins of something and
Mm.
just do half of it, divide it in half, or take one skein and divide it in half, or do it by weight, like weigh your up the piece you're making or the yarn that's left
I
until
was gonna
there's,
say, yeah,
yeah,
you could also do it like that.
you could do it by weight and weigh it. um but yeah, I mean, that pattern hasn't really, I guess, taken off the same way the 6-day patterns have. But the people that have made it, like, every once in a while I'll make it again, and then it'll kind of have its little, it's a little resurgence, and there'll be people making it again. And it, you know people enjoy making and wearing those scarves. they're very
Yeah,
they're very versatile.
it sounds
Courtney
like it's cool.
Courtney had one on the other day. She had the op I have one called Optimism. She was wearing it on her head.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's a cute. Because you could do like on your head. You could do like a little tie on your neck. There's a lot of options.
Yeah, that was like a one skein version that I did for Furls, with
Mm,
their Wander yarn when it first came out. So they wanted
right.
one skein projects. So what are you working on? Do you have any other designs in the works?
Um. Yeah. So I showed you last time I was working on that like puffy scarf that I can't think of a name for it yet, but where it's just like one big cable basically.
Uh-huh.
So I've been working on that. Um, Otherwise, I'm actually crocheting my wedding dress.
Stop
So
it.
yeah, I've been kind of secretly working on that. That's kind of why haven't been posting because I don't want people to see it.
Oh my goodness. Hi Samantha, I love you too. um wow. I mean, holy smokes, that's brave. Well, I'm sure
Thank
you're
you.
going to do an
I'll send you a
amazing
picture
job.
later. It's yeah, I think it's coming along really well. I actually this is gonna sound crazy, but I started before we got engaged, just because like, I felt it was coming, and I was like, knowing how long it takes me to finish things, I was like, I better, if I already have a feeling, I better get started.
Wow. When is the wedding? I think you already told me, but I'm sorry, I
No,
forgot.
we haven't picked a date yet, so
Oh, okay.
we got some time.
You're like, when the dress is done, I'll set a date.
I know. I've already told my sister she's gonna be like sewing my ends in, like before I go down the aisle.
Wow.
Oh my god! There she is. That my sister just joined the call.
Oh,
Joined
is
the
that her,
live.
Carolyn?
Yeah,
Hi, Carolyn.
Caroline.
Caroline. Nice to
Yeah,
meet you, my dear. And that's your 6-day halter top you're working on, right? For her.
yeah.
You guys are so cute in the little videos with your grandma. She's so adorable.
Yes.
Yeah, see, I gotta look at this
Over in
when
the
I'm working
hanging
with.
out.
So your sister's gonna be in your wedding?
Yeah, probably.
Well, she's gonna sew in the my ends and go sit down. Sit in the
No, she's
back.
gonna leave behind the scenes. Oh my god. Hi, Andrew. I'm
Hi, Andrew.
here. I'm being trolled.
Is that your fiance?
Oh no, that's just a friend.
Oh. Like your sister's here, your fiance.
No.
What
My fiance's at work right now.
what's his name?
Jason.
Jason. Okay. That's cool.
Andrew actually has a dog that I've made a few sweaters for.
Oh, really?
Yeah. His name is Hennessy.
Hennessy is the dog?
Yeah, that's the name of the dog.
Oh, for goodness sake. That's cute.
Yeah. I almost killed him by feeding him a grape, so I guess I have to make him sweaters now.
His favorite sweaters, too, Andrew said. Aw,
Aww.
that's nice. I miss my dogs.
Did you ever crochet things for them?
Oh, yeah. I had my dog Mudkip loved putting sweaters on, and he was always cold. And I would put sweaters on him, and he would still crawl under things and sit right in front of the heater, and um, all kind. He was always cold.
Aww.
Yeah, and like I would bring him back a sweater from the store, and he'd be like, like couldn't wait to see it, and like stand there and help me put it on him. He loved getting dressed.
He's a comfortable dog.
I just saw you with the cowboy hat on. You were looking down. I don't know if you saw it.
Oh my god. Where did he go?
It was Sharon. Thank you, Sharon.
Oh. Sharon.
She sent you a hat and mustache.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of people here.
I'm looking for a picture of Hennessy.
Okay. I love his name.
You have any plans for the weekend?
Uh, well, I am. Thank you. That is so cute.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Andrew. That was really cute.
Wait, okay, this is the dog.
Aw, he's so cute. Is that him wearing your little sweater? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, he's so tiny. Look at him. Aw.
Yeah, that's a cute dog.
He looks like he would just be begging for a little grape, and how could you ever say no to him?
Well, what happened was he was begging. I was like, oh my god, I need to give you some food. And all I had was grapes. So I threw a grape on the ground and he wasn't eating it. So I turned around to look up if dogs could eat grapes. And then when I turned around, of course the grape was gone.
He had eaten it.
Yeah. But no, he was fine. I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure what. I know you're not supposed to give dogs grapes, but I don't remember why. There's something in it that's poisonous to them, but I think you have to give them a whole bunch.
Yeah, and I think it depends on the size and age of the dog and stuff.
And chocolate too. You're not supposed to give them.
Yes, chocolate is off limits. But yeah, Hennessy does love chocolate as well. So infallible.
Caroline sent let them cook.
What's that?
I don't know. I'm waiting for it to pop up on the screen. Maybe I missed it. I don't know. It says let them cook. Are you interested in the Olympics at all? Have you watched any of that?
Not yet, but we're gonna Andrew and Sharon are gonna come over and we're gonna watch it in a little bit.
Oh wow.
The opening ceremony is yeah, I think they're doing a replay in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll probably watch that, and I have a festival next week, so I'm preparing for that.
your small plates choreography.
Yes, I have that next Wednesday here on the Outer Banks. I'm doing 2 outdoor shows. I'm excited about it. It's my,
Yeah.
but I'm hella busy. I'm busy.
You really are. I feel like you have so many patterns coming out too, and it's like so much is going on right now. It's kind of a crazy time to be releasing a new pattern.
Well, it's true, but unlike our process that we did, where I have, like we have each other to be accountable to, and we say, I'm going to release this pattern on this date. And, because we were accountable to each other, we both stayed up all night getting it done. When really we should have had our PDFs. I was thinking today, if we ever do this again, or in future collabs, or anything that we're doing together, we're gonna, make sure our PDFs are done like a week or 2 weeks before we release. Because when I saw your PDF, I was like, oh man, like, I some things that you did I would have done, like maybe include more of the pictures, and I did go back and put them in to my PDF, some of the tester photos. um but and this is not to say I'm not happy with how things went, because I think everything went great, but that felt like a scramble at the last minute. It really did.
Oh, it was a scramble. I was up until 3:30.
Yeah, that was about how. And you said, oh, you had to have yours done by 9, and I was like, I couldn't imagine what that would be like, but I did it. I stayed up till like 3:30 also, and I got it done. But with my own patterns, like some of those patterns that I have to release, I was going to release those back in January or February, and I just, I other stuff comes up and I just keep putting it off. So, um I'm really bad about stuff like that, holding myself to a schedule.
Yeah. I had a very visceral reaction when you were saying we need to have our PDFs ready a week in advance, because in the 4 patterns I've released, I've been like finishing the PDFs the morning of before I sleep.
I know, me too. Me too.
That would never happen.
But that's not good.
No, it's not. there's all these like great scheduling tools where you can like set it to go live at whatever time you want, and yeah, I've never taken advantage of that.
I usually don't. I usually, I just make them all live whenever, and then the launch is more like, the social media, like announcing it, and which I haven't even done any of that. I did like a couple of social media posts, and but I haven't done an email, so I'm probably going to do an email this weekend just about this particular pattern, and all the things. Like there's a lot that goes into it. Putting it up on my Etsy, putting it up in Ravelry, which I think you said you put yours there, but we're putting both of the PDFs. Am I right? In the Ravelry? I forgot what we said.
Yeah, I mean, we need to figure that out, because I was trying to add your Ravelry shop as like another source, and
Yeah,
it wouldn't come up on the list. So
I thought you did. I thought it did when you set it up. It's like Betty McNitt website.
yes, but not your Ravelry shop.
I'll have to see if huh. We'll figure it out. I'm not too concerned, because I can always sell it. I can always sell it on my Shopify and on my website, and if I can't put mine in Ravelry, it's really okay. It'll
Or we could always have separate listings, since we have the 2 versions, where there's the 5-petal flower version, the 6-day granny square version.
We'll figure it out. I don't want to take anything away from you though in that way, but we'll figure it out. I'm cool with whatever happens. I'm gonna set this
You're always
as
saying that though, like you don't want to take anything away from you, but I feel like I'm taking away from you.
how's that?
Like I've just learned so much in like the process of us making the top together about
Oh,
like how to write things and like style and like making patterns not so complicated
uh-huh.
that like I don't I feel like a lot of people try to like charge for that kind of information and we've just been like hanging out and making up.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun to work with you, and I don't work with a lot of people. It's just for me, it's just like, who I choose to affiliate with. It's like I enjoy working with you. I like the way that you design. I like talking about ideas and, coming up with. I think both of us have that. I'm doing like right now with Pam. I'm in Pam Grice's program, and I'm in her mastermind, and she had us do the Gallup Strengths assessment. Have you ever done that?
Probably it sounds familiar.
Yeah, so our she had us do a strengths assessment, and one of my top strengths was ideation. And so I had all these strengths that were like, you have like five top strengths. And mine were all about like ideas and things that support like having ideas and creative thinking and, like ideation and futuristic, and I had um, few, none in like the strategic and executive kind of. I think I might have had like one executive, but mine were all like ideation type um of strengths. And I don't know, I feel like you might be like that too, but it seems like you like to talk about ideas. You have a creative approach to um constructing garments, like the stuff I've seen you design, like the Graglan. You have a creative approach to it, and that square I think is just really cool, the way it goes from five petals into a square. And yeah, I don't know, I learned a lot from you, from working with you also.
That's beautiful.
But
Yeah.
I'd be interested to know what your strengths are, because I feel like you probably have some of those same strengths, but I think maybe you have more of the like planning and executive strategy type of strengths. I don't know. I'd be interested to hear what your top strengths are.
Is it a free test or do I have to?
Um, I think you can take it for free. I don't know, because she sent us. I think Pam paid for it. She sent us these
Oh,
books, and then and then it had a code in the back of it where you could go and take the assessment. And then there was another, like, you could pay an additional like $50 or $30 to get a, a more I switched projects, by the way. Now I'm working on the 6 Day Star Poncho.
oh, nice.
um
Oh, I'm not doing good product placement.
oh. um yeah, but there's a longer assessment that you can get, and I didn't get that. I just went with whatever. So that's a long way to say um I don't know if it's free or not. It was free to
I'm
me.
Googling it. I don't think it is free, but it sounds interesting. I love taking like personality quizzes like that.
Yeah.
That can
Yeah, I really like, when I saw what my results were, I was like, it felt really excited. I don't know, I get excited when I talk about ideas and I talk about creativity, and that just brings me a lot of joy. Um,
yeah.
to think about those things, and think about ideas and make ideas happen. And um, but it was not so fun when I had to, sit down and be like, okay, but what about goals and tasks? Like,
Yeah.
goals and tasks and
Yeah.
deadlines and lists, like that.
I know how I know how to think about goals and tasks and like plan, but in terms of executing to a plan, I'm not very good at that. Like I could tell someone else how to do it, but I don't. Yeah, I'm definitely more like you, just thinking about like ideas. And I think also sometimes when I'm designing a new project, if I can like think about already what it's gonna look like when it's done, I don't want to finish it. Like I feel like once I kind of see where it's going, I don't have as much interest in seeing it through.
That's interesting. It's an interesting one. I actually get in a stuck place where I'm like, um, I have to make it work. It's like a puzzle, like I have to figure it out. Like somebody said, "Have you done a 6-day poncho?" And I saw somebody online trying to do a 6-day star poncho, and as soon as they started it, I was like, "That's not going to work." I knew
You're
it
like, well,
wasn't.
that's not how I would do that.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to work the way she did it, and it didn't really work. But then I was like, now I have to do it. Or people all the time will say like, have you done this, have you done that with the 6-day? I'd love to see this. Or a lot of people have said they thought our halter top was a bag. you know can I have the pattern for
Oh
the
well, like I
purse?
guess this is a good time to show it. The part where I'm at it.
Yeah, it looks like a bag.
It could look like a bag if I fold
I'm
it.
not sure that I'm not sure it would make a good handle though. What do you think? The strap.
I mean, once you have that edge on it, it's pretty sturdy.
Okay.
I do like straps where you do like one chain and you work along it versus doing like a short chain and going back and forth until it gets the right length.
Yeah, I've never done that.
I think that's also why this makes such a good halter top strap, because it's a lot more support than like a lot of normal crochet tops where you just kind of like slip stitch and chain your strap onto it.
I've never done another halter top, so this is the only one I've ever done. So I'll take your word for it.
I've done like a lot of like of those crochet tops and that like are really popular, like the ones where it's like 2 cups and then you do
Yeah.
crochet along the bottom of it, and then there's the 2 strings in the back. And I think like there's some ways you can do it, like if you do an I-cord, it makes it a little sturdier. But I think having this fact that like the row of the strap goes so deep into the top, it really like gives you a lot of support. And it feels more comfortable than like a thin chain.
Yeah, I can't imagine a thin chain digging into my neck like that. I feel like that would hurt.
Yeah, you have to.
But I mean, I like the way we did it. I was looking, I had it, I laid it out and I was taking pictures of it at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, this is pretty cool, actually. We did a good job.
We did. I want to show people what we started with.
Oh gosh.
Because
Wait, do I have mine nearby?
What was it?
I'm thinking about where I stashed mine.
Oh, mine is coasters now. It's gone. It's
Mine is coasters now. I don't know where it ended up, but remember I made that little rainbow, the rainbow colors? Those rainbow colors were really cute.
Yeah, I remember that. It was like a worsted weight kind of yarn.
It was Stylecraft. It was Stylecraft Special DK. And also, I was digging around in one of my many whip baskets the other day, and I found this.
Oh.
And I was like, when did I make this one?
Wait, and look how the sides are different shapes. Like one is slanted, and then the other one just goes straight out.
Oh yeah, because this was when we first were starting it. It was gonna go like this, right?
Yeah, it was gonna be a dress.
It was going to be
And
a dress, and this was going to be the front,
yeah,
and
here
that
I
and the straight one was going to be the back.
this was the picture I sent you in my cold email where so
Oh my gosh, that's right. I forgot all about this picture.
so that was my wait. Where's it's hard to do this
I
backwards.
can see it. It's showing up.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's that was the swatch that I did
Oh, that
with
was
all
the
my
original. Oh,
wallpaper
that's right,
y'all.
because we didn't, the straps didn't go all the way up.
Yeah, and then you had to work that really short strap that I just said I hate. And then there were going to be 3 pieces. So there was going to be 2, like the one you have on your shoulder now, and then a skirt at the bottom.
I don't know. I still like what we
Yeah.
did better because this is in the armpit, and this is the cutest place
Yeah.
right here. And now
That
you
was.
now you have your little flower, and it's right in the front and center where it should be.
And there's no seams.
There's no
And
seam. Like we would
you
have
could
had
do it,
we would have had a seam going right down the front of the dress.
which I still think could be cool.
If you did it
But
like like a corset and did ties going across.
maybe something like that. But yeah, I think you were the one who said we should just make that into one piece, and then that should just be the front. And I think that held us up for like 3 months because I was so resistant to turning it. But I'm glad we did.
I'm glad we did too. I think it's very cute. It was still a solid idea that you had.
Yeah, maybe someone else can pick it up from here.
Good luck.
You've seen the schematics, so.
Somebody wanted a skirt to go with their halter.
Oh.
Yeah, one of our testers.
I'm like holding mine in the back now. I feel like you could do it. If you would just pick up stitches maybe like along some of the bottom, but not all the way end to end, so it still ties.
I think they were thinking about making a separate skirt.
Oh, not just like a matching skirt.
Yeah, a matching skirt.
Are you gonna design it?
No.
No.
I'm going to start publishing the different ways to make the 6-day chevron stripe in the round in a tube, the 6-day tranquility stripe in a tube, so that I don't have to design everything and I could just tell people do the 6-day tranquility stripe in a tube and make your skirt like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Or you have the Christmas tree skirt pattern, or is that just in the Knitterverse?
No, there are Christmas tree skirt patterns. They are basically the 6-day star with a worked back and forth. And same with the shawls. The 6-day star shawls are, which weirdly I happen to have one right here because I was wearing it last night.
I love that color. The green, the little lime green.
I know. There's always one. This is Nora. This is Yukata.
That's the one I used for my other top.
No, yeah, the Nora Yukata. Yeah. This is Yukata number 4, I think. It's number 4 or number 6? Number 4. Actually, I think this one is 6. One of them is 4 and one of them is 6. I think this one is 6. And this is the superstar shawl. And this is the star shawl. The people on YouTube can't see because I haven't. Hold on. Let me flip. So this is basically the 6-day star blanket with only 5 points, and then worked back to, side back and forth.
Yeah.
The tree skirt is the same as this, but it has just a little cutout in the middle right here. So it starts like right here with this third row, and it has 9. So it wraps all the way around, but the opening is only like that. So I don't know that it works as a skirt. And then the poncho has a bigger hole in the center. So it starts like further out along the star. So I think you'd have to do something more like this.
And then add elastic in afterwards.
If you want, yeah. So if you want, you could wear this as a skirt. But didn't you try this? And it was too.
I tried the Christmas tree skirt. As you were saying that, it like triggered a memory in me.
Oh.
And I remember it got so wide so fast, and
that's why. And that's what the girl did on YouTube who was trying to make the poncho. So this, I think, if you did the poncho for your skirt, it would, it's not gonna flounce up as much.
Yeah.
So that could be your 6-day skirt. That's pretty cute.
That is really cute. I like the length and the little points.
So now this is only in the McKnitiverse right now, and we have worked through this in the McKnitiverse, this poncho. Like, people have made multiples of them. And then I have, I'm going to do one with the Superstar and the Supernova as well. So there'll be multiple ponchos with the 6-day star blanket eventually. I mean, they should have been out a long time ago, but
there's only so much time.
I didn't have an accountability partner. And I also need someone to tech edit them all.
Wink, wink.
I wonder who's going to do that for me.
Who could possibly? Yeah. That is on my list now that this is behind us. I have it written down in my notebook.
She has it on her list of things to do. Tech edit for Betty McKnit.
Yes. Ridgy-Didge.
Oh yeah, the Ridgy-Didge stars.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I think, yep, there's a lot. But we're gonna take a break after this, and we're not gonna just like turn right around and hit the ground running. Now that we've got our pattern out.
I mean, whatever you want to do. I need to just find our shared folders. That triggered a memory of me. Like, where everything that I need to tech edit is.
Oh, I took a bunch of them out because I had edited them. So I need to put the new and better or whatever copies back in the folder.
Okay.
For you. So just let me know when you're ready. I haven't been ready either, and we've been working on this. That's
very reassuring to know that I'm not the one holding it up.
Oh no, trust me. I would be like, hey.
That's true. I do know that you would keep me accountable.
I'm your crochet mama.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, the first thing to do on my list is increase the price of the Raglan. Because we talked about that last time we were online.
Oh, yeah, we did. I haven't raised my prices either. I mean, that's after, you and I discussed how much to charge for this pattern and the little discussion we had about it. And you were like, oh, that's all you charge. And then I had another meeting with somebody else and they told me to double my prices.
Wow.
double. And I was like, I can't. Like, then I felt the resistance and I had to, I had to go to do therapy about it. Why I don't want to double my prices.
There's definitely a sweet spot in pricing. There are people at the opposite ends of the spectrum that, think that if you're not paying your testers, you shouldn't be charging for your patterns, and then the people who will write an outline with no pictures and charge like $14. But I think the right thing to do is somewhere in the middle between those two.
Yeah, and hi Autumn. They said I absolutely love your YouTube channel. Thanks for all you do. Oh, thank you. I love you too. And it's my pleasure to do it. I mean, I don't know. The thing that, and I don't know if you do this or not, but the thing that I don't want to do is have a different version of my pattern on my site than I sell. And I feel like I'm starting to get a lot of people come to me and say, I bought your pattern. And when they say that, they think there's going to be something more there to help them when they couldn't understand the pattern that was on, like the free pattern. And this is the thing that I this is something that like gets to me, and is this whole idea of free patterns being one thing and paid patterns being better. Um that's just something that doesn't really align with me. A lot of people don't want to pay for patterns, and I don't know. I don't think $4 is a lot to pay for a pattern, but I don't know. I like being able to offer it for free. This is hard to talk about.
It sounds like what's important to you is getting your ideas out there and, making giving people that tool to be creative, and whether that's by looking at the pattern on your website and versus paying you directly. And I also don't think a lot of people know that your website makes money too, and you can just monetize it with ads.
I think a lot of people really don't understand that a free pattern on a monetized blog makes, is just because it's free to the end consumer and they're not paying money for it, it doesn't mean that it's just free and anybody can do whatever it's a free, anybody can take it and do whatever they want with it. It's still copyrighted, like it still belongs to me. It's still it being free doesn't mean it's free for anybody to take and use however they wish and profit from, from taking that thing. So that's one thing. And I think people don't really understand that. They think, well, it's free, so I can just give it to somebody else. It's no problem. So I think you're right. People don't understand how that works.
Yeah.
And you're also right that I just, like if I put a pattern out there, I don't know, I have very high standards for myself. I'm really hard on myself. And if somebody is having difficulty making it, like it hurts me. it it
Yeah.
really does. Like I just really want them to be able to understand and make their thing. And and get the joy and the stress relief and the enjoyment and whatever out of making that thing, whatever it is. And it also feels good to like be able to be paid for that.
Yeah.
Autumn says your pattern is great. I have a squirrel brain. So do I. You should have seen me today. I was stress cleaning. I was going between stress cleaning, um, and I don't even know what else. Doom scrolling, and I do remember going over across the street to my neighbors for a swim because I was like, if I don't get out of the house today, it's not going to be good.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
You've got a pool and a beach right there.
Well, I have my neighbor's pool.
You know,
Autumn.
my grandma, the one that I made the sweater for, she always says that she has as many cars as she has friends who have cars. So I think you have a pool.
Yep. Well, they're very, they're very kind. They're just like, um, well, for one, it's fun to like go over there and swim with them and just like hang out and talk. I feel like a
Yeah.
little kid. I'm swimming in a pool with my friends and just, having a good time talking about whatever. And they're very fun, but they're like, you can definitely come over when we're not here. We're fine with it. So it's,
That's so nice.
yeah, it is very, and it's a really nice pool. Like, it's really nice. They take really good care of it. Anyways, do you have your design in progress that you're working on? You haven't shown me that today.
Oh yeah, well, I haven't made a lot of progress because we've been releasing a pattern.
It's been like pattern release boot camp.
I've been a little busy, but I showed you this the last time. I don't have this is so it's supposed to be like a cable,
Uh-huh.
reminiscent of like a cable knit, but just one cable and jumbo and kind of blown up. So it's like that, and then it's reversible.
Yeah, I think
So this is the
it's really
version.
cool.
Yeah, I really like the texture of this one. But the whole point of me wanting to do this was like to make it like a crochet cable, because I don't know. I wish that we could crochet cables, and we can, but they don't look as good.
You don't think they look as good?
I don't think they look as good. I feel like I'm putting myself in hot water by saying that. But
You're not. That's your opinion. You're
yeah.
entitled to it.
So anyway, the crochet one, the one I showed you last time that was crochet was getting like twisted really weird because I was doing it like amigurumi. But then I switched it to double crochets and then started turning it every row. And I think this looks better.
That does look better.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I'll go get the old one.
We put out the 6-day halter, which Jacqueline is wearing.
Yes.
And mine's behind me on my yet to be unnamed uh body form. What is it called? But mannequin. Yes, dress form. I think it's called a dress form.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm working on one right now too.
Yeah, she's working on one for her sister Caroline.
But yeah, so this was the first one. It's kind of like weird, but then I think I didn't do enough rows on this one.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So yeah,
I think you can make it a little fatter too.
I think so too. Like more increases, like bigger rounds. So I think the next iteration of this will probably be on the ticket.
I think that's pretty cool. One thing I've done with patterns when I didn't know what to call them is, like I was thinking about doing for my mannequin, running a little contest. And it's a great way to promote your pattern and get a list going, because, to submit a suggestion, people have to give you their email so you can contact them.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then you have a list of emails, people that are interested in your pattern.
Oh, hi, Evelyn.
Hi, Evelyn. Wow, I see some people coming up on my phone that I'm not seeing on my... I think maybe my screen is only showing me like who's joining on one side.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it seems like we're not getting the same notifications.
We're not. Yeah, Autumn, it's free on our. Oh, thank you so much. Evelyn says, I love both of your designs and got excited when I saw you together.
Oh.
TikTok friends.
Yeah.
Who are your other TikTok friends? Like, I made friends with Alea on here, and I've met
Yeah.
her in person. You and I haven't met in person.
No, we're long distance. Alea and I did a pattern test for. I'm so bad I forgot her name, her real name, but it's Tiny Couch Crochets.
Okay.
We met. And then I've met up in person with Marina for Des de la Marina and Seams by Sky. We did like a little crochet in the park last summer,
Oh, how
which was fun.
fun.
Yeah. And then I was telling you last time about my fiber friends
Yeah,
meetup.
fiber friends.
Yes. So I met them through one of my pattern testers last summer. And that's like a big group of people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I feel like it's been, I think just having like the common interest of crocheting and knitting, it makes it really easy to like meet strangers in person.
That's cool.
Who else have you met from TikTok?
Well, you and Alea are probably um like the people I talk to the most, but who else? Us. Holly from Tomorrow Eve. Mostly it's like people that made the 6 Day Star Blanket.
Yeah.
And I saw like all their posts, over and over, repeated posts about the star blanket, and then I just reached out to them about, I think I sent you a mug. I think you were the first one. Did I send you a mug or I sent you something? I didn't send you anything.
No, and you still have my yarn with you.
I have your box with your
Yeah.
yarn in it sitting on the
Hmm.
on the counter, and I keep throwing things in there as I keep sticking little things in there.
It's in the mail.
But thank goodness we're not. Well, our even still our crochet along would have been like 3 weeks from now, so there's still
Oh yeah.
plenty of time to mail that.
Plenty of time.
But yeah, I thought I sent you a mug. But that's
No.
that's often how I do it. Oh, and say less. She
Yes.
she made something of mine. Actually, she was the one. She had the ball of Noro Yukata, number 14, and was like, "What should I do with this?" And I was like, "Oh, you should make the 6 Day Star Shawl." And now
And that's how you started your kits with Knitting Fever.
that's how. Yes, that is how I did. Ended up doing the kits with them. They didn't see her, but they had reached out to me and they were like, "We want you to design something for us." And I was like, "I will do one of my existing designs on your yarn." And there's this creator that just, had a ball of Noro and just did one of my designs with it. And they were like, "Okay, we'll see you one ball of Noro and we'll send you two." So my kids have
Oh
my kids have
no.
two.
That's too much.
My kids have two balls of Noro Yukata in them.
Yeah, because you sent me one of the kits to use to make
Yeah.
one of my samples, and I feel like I could probably still make a shawl with the other ball.
Well, she did the 6 Day Star shawl with just one, and she blocked it and opened it up a little bit to make it bigger. So
Okay.
hers is more of a scarf than a shawl. So you definitely could do it if you wanted to.
That's good to know.
Yeah. I mean, a ball of Noro Yukata has like, I don't know, 700 yards of yarn. It's a lot of yarn. I had a ton left over from my top.
I had bought these 2 balls of Noro lace weight yarn, and I think they had over 1,000 yards of yarn in each one.
Wow.
They were little. They were like this big.
Oh my gosh. What did you make
Yeah.
with it? Did you make something with it?
Yeah, I knit this tank top. I always forget the name. But I've posted about it before. It's just like a cute, like, simple tank top. It has like eyelet stripes on it.
Oh, okay. I think I remember that. That's cool. Autumn says, I will complete my 6-day star blanket one of these days, giving you my word. Oh my goodness.
Autumn, if it makes you feel any better, I think it took me 10 months to make mine. I remember starting it at the beginning of the year, and then I think I finished it like right before Christmas. So it's last.
Yours is really big too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's maybe 6 feet long.
Wow.
And
Yep.
Yeah, the last repeat of Rose was brutal.
Don't hold back.
Well, I think it's funny because you started and it's really easy to pick up momentum because the first round is so small, and then the next 2 rounds they get really repetitive and it's like a really good rhythm.
Yep.
And then I think once you pass like 4 feet in diameter, and every time you do half a bow point, you have to like rotate it like this. That's when it kind of starts to slow down.
Oh goodness, there are people on YouTube that I'm ignoring. Hi Jennifer, sorry. And then somebody Simply Made by Hand is saying hi on YouTube also. I'm so sorry. I heard the little blurps, but I'm sorry, I missed you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, the star blankets, it's like they're quick, they're going along so fast, and then next thing you know, it's like it takes you an hour to go all the way around one time. And it feels like it happens overnight, and like from one row to the next, it's like this row went by really quick, and now all of a sudden it's taking me an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi, Lauren.
Yeah, Caroline and I actually had a competition because she started to make a 6-day star too.
Oh, Caroline crochets too?
She does. I taught her maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, she's been getting into it. She makes a lot of sweaters for her friends. And yeah, I think hers is bigger than mine, but I haven't actually seen it in person, so I can't confirm.
Hi, Lauren. I'm doing great. And Jennifer is doing crochet bags. Cool, cool. If you're just new here on the live, Jacqueline and I released a halter top pattern today, the 6-day halter top, and she's wearing hers. And her version has her little flower, 5-petal flower square in the center of hers, which is her unique creation. And the rest of the top is made of 6-day rows of stitches, which are my, I guess, obsession. Sometimes I say I'm the one-hit wonder of the crochet world because I make everything out of the same 6 rows of stitches. But
you make so many things.
I know. They're awesome. I cannot sometimes sit down and think about crocheting anything else. Lauren says, I have a little mat for my cat, and it's the star. This is the poncho. This is the star poncho, which I haven't released yet, but it's in my membership. If you want the star poncho, you got to go to the membership or else wait for me. And it could be a long time because ADD. Well, the kind of pattern. Okay, got it. I love that color of green.
I do too. You know, it's the color of the summer.
Yes.
Have you known that?
I don't want anyone to say Christmas in July. I got really upset about Christmas in July today.
Oh, really?
Yes, I was just thinking about Christmas in July and I got upset. I had a weird day.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when I sent out my email today, there's like a module that you can add at the bottom to just like related products. And I was trying to decide if I should have tagged like more summer products or like my winter products. I went with summer, but for a second I thought it's kind of around that time to start working on your winter gifts.
Well, it starts July 4th.
Oh,
Yeah, as soon as the 4th of July is over, the crafting, like craft market, maker season begins. That's when
oh,
people
they're
start,
already.
yeah, that's when people start making to stock up for holiday markets. So that's why you have all the pattern sales and stuff like that. But I don't like to think about it. It's summertime. It's been a beautiful summer. A beautiful summer.
Yeah, it sounds too like that's maybe just for people making things in mass versus gifting. So I guess there's a little bit more time to enjoy the summer for.
I mean, even the gifters start. I am not I don't knit or crochet all my holiday gifts anymore. I used to. And I do
Neither.
in my somatic workshops, I talk, this is the time of year I start talking a lot about the whole idea of gifting your handmade stuff because everybody has these stories about how they made something for someone and it wasn't appreciated and it wasn't loved and it wasn't, you know, they didn't take a picture in it, they didn't, appreciate it in one way or another. So I mean, that's just something I talk about a lot is our relationship to our handwork, like don't ever make something and give it away. First of all, with the idea that you're going to get something back for it, you know, and I
Yeah,
don't make and give things away unless I know that person is going to appreciate it and love it because it came from me. I'm
yeah.
very picky about who I give stuff to.
Or if yeah, I just based on my own biased assessment, if I think you're not gonna wear it, oh, it doesn't make me want like I want the things that I make to be put to use.
Yeah. Well, you had that great video where all your friends were wearing your crochet stuff. I thought that was so cool.
Oh, that was so sweet. That was at my birthday. It was yeah. It
They
was nice to see all of my work side by side.
they all looked so good too in it. I mean, that's another thing. When you're gifting, are you gifting the thing that you want to give, or are you gifting the thing that that person wants? And if you're gifting them something that you want them to have, but they don't really necessarily want, or it's not their style, like that happens a lot.
The other thing, and this might be controversial, but like you always see like a lot of lists around November, December that are like 45 last minute crochet gifts that you can make in an hour. And I feel like that's not doing anyone any favors because it's usually like a very quick project that you're like rushing out in the car or something, and then probably something that you wouldn't even make or use for yourself, and you're just kind of like trying to have something to give someone.
Yeah.
Therefore, use it feels wasteful.
Yeah, I mean, these are like some of the things that we talk about are like the deeper issues underlying that. Like, why are you, why do you feel like you have to make something for everybody? Why do you feel like you have to even buy something for everybody? Why do you feel like it's all about, what kind of gift you're going to give everybody? And what's like, what is under that? What's underneath that? What's driving that? and and a lot of people that I've worked worked with or talked to or had, like I have these meetings in my group, and I've been talking about this kind of stuff for a while. But um one of the challenges that I give to people is to make something for themselves. And there are a lot of people who have said they have never made anything for themselves. They have given away absolutely everything that they have made. And I'm like, well, make something for yourself. Like I used to do these 6-day challenges, and I should do this one again because it comes up like people really enjoyed this one. But I called it the self-care challenge and 6-day self-care challenge, and or crochet along. And instead of working on the same project together, I challenged everybody to choose their favorite project, the best yarn, their favorite yarn, and to make something just for themselves in the yarn that they wanted, in the colors that they wanted. Don't worry about what anybody else might have to say or think about it. And, for 6 days we got together and people were working on blankets or, whatever, just for themselves. And for a lot of those people, it was the first time they had made anything just for themselves. How
That's
crazy
really
is that?
amazing to hear. I Yeah, I can't imagine like living like that.
A lot of people don't keep what they make. They give it away. They give it all away.
I guess what's hard to imagine for me is that like the reason I got into crocheting was because I wanted to recreate like things that I wanted. Like
Uh-huh.
I would see an infinity scarf or something that I wanted to make, and then I would try to recreate that so
Yeah.
I could wear it. And that was like, yeah. But I guess maybe some people just like the act of making it versus having the finished product.
Yeah, I think I'm one of those people. I think I gave away most of what I made when
Mm-hmm.
I first started. And I was the person that I knit socks for every member of my family, and I made sweaters for all my nieces and, stuff like that. And so it was really more about the doing and the giving. And then there was like this little part that was about the validation, of giving this, really great gift that I made with my own hands. And
Yeah,
so that was like the part that I had to work on.
that's a good point too.
Yeah. And I got burned by somebody in my family really badly once about over, the 1 year that I made hats for every single person in the family. And then somebody said, "Oh, don't make those hats again. We're really embarrassed about them." I'm really embarrassed when they wear them, And it was like, and the hats were not embarrassing. They were really nice. It just was a nasty person. Um, but so then I didn't make anything for years. I was like, that's it. I'm done doing this. I'm not making things for other people anymore. And I started thinking more about what I wanted to make and you know, what I wanted the kind of yarn I wanted in my hands and how I wanted it to feel, and the kinds of, finished projects. I think I didn't really always think about the finished project. It was more about making a hat, to give away. And then I was visiting family um, a few years after that happened. I was visiting, and my nephew just bounced in the house, and he was probably about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old at the time. And he bounced in the house, and he was wearing this hat that I had made for my son, and I must have handed it down to them, and he came in with this hat on, and I was like, "Oh, there's that hat that I made." And they were like, "Oh, did you make that? We didn't know where that came from, and it really suits his personality. We just love it." And I was like, "Oh, that's really great." And I said, I stopped making stuff because, so and so had made this comment, and I figured, no, people don't want the stuff that I make. And they were like, "Are you kidding me? That's like, if they know Aunt Beth made the hat, that's the hat they want to wear. Like, we really miss you, mate. You haven't made us anything in so long. We really miss that." And some of my older nieces were like, "Could you make me a hat like that? Like, I would wear that. I would love that." So then I got like reassurance from, people that I loved and cared about, that yes, they really like loved and cherished these things, and that meant a lot to them. So after that, I was like, okay, I'm going to do it, but I'm only going to do it for the people that I know are going to feel that way about it. I'm not just doing it for everybody anymore.
Yeah. I think that's the right way to go about it.
Hard lessons to learn when you're like a people pleaser.
Yeah.
Well, I just noticed the time. It's 7:15. I don't know how long you wanted to stay on here tonight. What time?
I'm about ready to go.
You're about ready?
Bro, I have...
Okay. I'm at the end.
You were talking at the beginning about how much you can get done in an hour.
Did you mark it? How much did you do?
Not a lot. You build the thing, the body part out, and then we have our side part that goes into the ties. So I started that extension. So this is...
That's how much you did in this hour?
1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 11 rows.
Okay. Well, I did this.
The whole thing?
No, not the whole thing. Let me switch. I want to switch because I want the YouTube people to be able to see me. Angle it down a little bit. I have the Noro tag on it from when I was at H&H. And I was working on it, so I was repping. I was repping. That's what I was doing. I think I only did a couple of rounds on this one, and then I did a couple of rounds on this.
Oh, nice. Well, those are both at the point where we were talking about, like, each round is kind of starting to drag.
Yep, it's getting there. It's getting there. Both of these are in my membership, so people that want them are going to have to join or wait for me.
Or wait for you. Well, I think we made a lot of good progress
here. Yep.
Yep.
We sure did.
We did a lot today, considering we were both up until 3.
Oh my god.
Feels good.
Yep. And you look really cute in your top.
Thank you. I'm going to wear the other one tomorrow when I meet up with my fiber friends.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah. Keep the fun going.
Let me know what they think about it. Print out a couple copies to gift.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that tomorrow morning. Go to FedEx.
Cool. Yeah, I have to go to FedEx and do stuff for the choreography festival too. All right, I started thinking about that. So I'm going to go.
All right.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Good job.
We did it. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Jennifer is saying they're mad at somebody right now. You're mad at people right now. All right. I'm actually gonna sign off. So I'll catch you next time. I'm sorry if we missed you when you were trying to comment. All right, catch you later. Bye.